of what Outriders has to offer. I know this is only the demo, so we're not going to be able to see some of the coolest stuff in the game yet, but it's coming. It's coming, and I'm really excited for this. But I just wanted to kind of give you just a little glimpse into what the gameplay is like, and a quick little peek at all the different classes real quick, too. I'm going to go ahead and skip the cutscene, though, just because I don't want to spoil the story. So the cool thing is that you can create multiple characters. Looks like you can create up to 6 different characters. And each character, once you choose a class path, you're locked in with that character, and you can create and delete at will. But the cool thing is that in the full game, there will be a stash system where you can exchange equipment between characters, which is nice, because then, like, say for example, you got something really cool on your Devastator, that would be a great weapon for, say, your Trickster, but you don't need it anymore, and you don't want to dismantle it. You can put it in your stash, and then your other character can pick it up at a later time. So I got my characters here. As you can see, I've got going with the G themes for my names again: Glenn, Galamus, Gavin, and Garrick. I'm going to go ahead and turn down the game music just a little bit because it's kind of intense right now. There we go. There we go. Turn that down. I mean, it's cool music and it's epic, but holy mother, it's loud. Alright. Alright, so I've technically already beaten the demo and maxed out all my other characters on my Technomancer, my Devastator, and my Pyromancer. I'm towards the end here with my Trickster, so I'm going to show kind of like a little bit about what he's doing, and then I'm going to create some other videos, one for my other classes as well, to show off to you. So let's go ahead and get started with my Trickster. So the cool thing about this game is that it is fully co-op. Unfortunately, because of a intentional decision by the devs to balance the game around this, there can only be up to 3-man squads. They thought about adding a 4th, but they felt that it was not in line with their creative vision in having 4-man squads in how they want this game to be played. So it is what it is, but it's just cool that you can co-op the whole game and it's drop in, drop out. And the game difficulty will scale with you depending on how many people are in your party, and then obviously your rewards do as well too. So there's this cool system in Outriders called world tiers, and world tiers increase the overall difficulty of the game, which is on a separate level than the party scaling. So obviously you start with world tier 1 and you earn experience, and as you earn experience, not only for your character, you earn world tier experience, and once you level up, it increases the world tier, which then increases your difficulty. And as you can see, which is kind of cool because there's a mural that spans across this whole thing here, you can unlock more difficulties all the way up to world tier 15, and you can see you get rewards for unlocking new world tiers, and you can see that there's new modifiers in terms of like drop rates and how good the loot is and how hard the enemies are going to be, etc., etc. Anyways, let's get on with some gameplay, because that's probably what you really care about the most. So the graphics are not like the most amazing, blow your mind graphics out there, but they're nice. They're pretty. They're good. They're good for what this game needs to be. And as you can see, well, I actually don't know if you can see it or not, but my FPS counter in the top right, I'm getting about 90 to 100 frames right now. Obviously, that drops down a little bit when I'm in a city hub, and sometimes when a lot of things and people are exploding on screen, that can drop, as low as like 60 or 70. But overall, the performance is pretty good, especially since this is, even though it's a demo, it still technically is an early build of the game, which the devs have exclusively stated to be about 3 months behind the live version right now. So I am towards the end of this main mission here. That is the last story mission that you can play in the demo, where I have to go to this tower here and fight another Altered, which is what I am right now. and so he's kind of tricky to beat. But it's a cool fight nonetheless. So there's resources that you can pick up along the way, and these resources you can use to help you with crafting and mod creation. So the beauty of this game, it comes from obviously your abilities and your guns, but the cool thing about your armor and your weapons is that you can get these mods. So mods can only be slotted into blue rarity gear or higher. So as you can see here, my assault rifle has a level 1 mod. There's level 1, 2, and 3 mods, and that increases what they do and their effectiveness overall. So this one has a mod called Fireworks. When I shoot people, it deals extra explosive damage in a 6-meter radius, and it can only happen once every 3 seconds. So pretty basic mod. It's fun though. It it does a little bit of extra damage and spices up the gameplay a little bit. Unfortunately, I don't have blue rarity weapons in my other slots, so nothing fun there. And then same thing for my armor. I've got pretty basic armor still. I haven't gotten any good drops yet. But once you start getting blue rarity or higher armor, you can start to get mods that will affect your abilities. And so for example, the Trickster here has so every class has 8 abilities that you can actually swap in and out at any time for at will with no cost to change up how you play. So right now the 3 that I have unlocked are Temporal Blade, Slow Trap, and Hunt the Prey. Temporal Blade is this really cool melee attack where I like ninja slice people in front of me and it basically makes them explode. It's really freaking awesome, and it's got a really long range. It also inflicts slow and interrupt if it doesn't kill the enemy outright. There's this cool slow trap thing where I like basically, as you can see, I drop a sphere in the earth, and anything that's inside of it is slowed, and that includes bullets. So it's really cool to see like all these bullets like going through really slowly. You can just easily sidestep them. It's like your own personal bullet time sphere. And then finally, Hunt the Prey is an ability that allows me to teleport to enemies, and it puts me directly behind them for an easy kill, as you see there in that little preview. So the Trickster is all about getting in, getting a kill, and getting out. Very rogue-like playstyle. But yeah, and enough talking. Let me do some demonstration here. Whoop! Alright, there we go. Ah! Oh my gosh, okay, let me see if I can ninja slice. There we go. Alright, there you go. So, as you can see there, get really good combo usage of abilities is pretty key to staying alive, especially when there's no cover and you're getting mobbed by many people at the same time like that. I don't know if you paid close attention at all to my health bar during that fight or not, but every time that I got a kill within close range, I regenerated some of my health back, and then also added the Trickster. The Trickster class specifically gets a special mechanic where I generate shield with every close range kill as well too, which gives me a kind of, basically it acts as extra health even though they call it shield. Sploosh! Love it. I just absolutely love how brutal and gory this game can be. It gives me Killing Floor 2 vibes sometimes, and that's kind of a good thing. Like, obviously I know gore is gore, and too much can be a little, ugh, but it can be fun at the same time when done in tactful ways. Definitely makes the game feel and stand apart from other shooters where they don't really feature that, and so they kind of shy away from it. Alright, cool. Got some armor. Let me see what goes over here real quick, and then I'll see if I got anything better, because I'm about to fight a boss, and having some better armor would definitely come in handy. Alright, cool. That's an upgrade there. Oh yeah, that's definitely an upgrade there. So the cool thing is that you can mark equipment with that symbol, and that way when you mark it, all you have to do is just hold down one button and it dismantles everything you've marked all at once, and then it adds it to your resource pool down here. So scrap is used as just general currency in the game. Leather is used for armor crafting. Iron is used for weapon crafting, and then titanium is used for weapon like modifiers. So like as you can see there on my assault rifle, right below where it says firepower, you can see it says crit damage. So that's a crit damage modifier on this gun, and that means that the crit damage is 10% higher on this gun. And that's what that titanium is. When you craft weapons, you can affect what the modifier of a gun is with this resource. So whenever you dismantle a piece of armor or weaponry that has a mod attached to it, you actually learn how to craft with that mod. So in order to get the best mods in the game, you do eventually have to delete a piece of equipment that has it on it. But the cool thing is that it's saved to a bank, and then you can craft weapons and equipment with that mod for the future. Alright, cool. Got some. Well, it's unfortunate I have to give up my blue assault rifle here if I wanted to take a little bit harder hitting gun. Although I might just hold on to it just because of the mod that's attached to it. We'll hold on to that and not do anything. So these little flag points are fast travel points throughout the map. So this is the map for the very first area of the game that you can travel through and explore. There's lore pieces to find, there's chests to loot, there's side quests to do, etc. This is the main like city town area, and I'm all the way at the end over here where the boss is for this first initial area. This is kind of like the prologue of the game. So I do apologize if I die. I'm still learning how to use the Trickster, so I may have to fight him once or twice, but we'll see how this works out. So eventually, as you see, bosses will start to resist your abilities. That orange bar that was building over him, any sort of boss or like elite level enemy will have that bar, and it's a chance to interrupt their use of an ability. And certain abilities of yours can interrupt those skills. And so you have to time when you use your skill to interrupt or when you use your skill to do damage instead. Ooh, I'm almost dead here. Alright. Ooh! There we go. Wow, I was on 6 health. That's kind of crazy. Alright, whew. Wow, okay, I managed to do it first try. I'll take it. Here, I'll go ahead and skip the cutscene though, because I don't want to ruin the story for you. Just on the off chance you may actually be somewhat interested in this game. So, like, I just got a codex entry for killing this boss, and you can kind of learn a little more about his backstory and stuff like that. And then there's all sorts of lore pieces you can collect and unlock from characters, enemies. You can see what the enemies are all about, and sometimes they give you little tricks on how to fight them. Locations, history and lore of the game, etc., etc. Thankfully, they have a mark all as red, which is nice. So that way I can satisfy my OCD and have it all checked off. Ooh, nice. Got a green. And I got a blue. Heck yeah. Sweet. So obviously goes white, green, blue, purple, and then orange in terms of the rarities, which is your typical, you know, common, uncommon, rare, epic, and then legendary. Let's see what I got here. Nice. Ooh, a burning bullets. Heck yeah, that sounds awesome. Alright. I'm looking for... Alright, let's do this. So this right here is an automatic shotgun. I'll take it. That's actually going to be great for my up close and personal playstyle with the Trickster here. So I'm going to go ahead and mark these guns for dismantling. And as you'll see here, when I dismantle this gun that has a mod on it, it's going to show up in the bottom right here that I learned how to create that mod. See, like, it shows the resources that I'm getting. And then boom, I learned the fireworks mod. So now anytime that I craft in the future, I'll be able to equip that to any of my weapons moving forward. And the game is also so nice as to include a fast travel icon right here, so you can go all the way back to your quest giver straight from the end of the quest area, so that way you don't have to run all the way back. It's very convenient and definitely a nice quality of life feature that the devs thought of to give to people. So definitely a nice little touch in my opinion. So I can fast travel to any sort of flag planted area that I did, like you saw that I did over here. I planted one here. I know that they're predetermined locations, but there's one here, here, and obviously back at the main town hub in this prologue area. Now, this game has cover that you can get behind, but honestly, a lot of the playstyles of the classes don't even really cater to it. You'll see people using cover more for those who play Technomancer or Pyromancer because they like to stay back at like long to medium range. Whereas the Trickster here that I'm playing and the Devastator are definitely like balls to the wall, get up in your face, go, go, go aggression types play styles that are much more rewarded by ignoring cover altogether and just trying to rush everybody. Definitely very fun play styles, but can definitely get yourself into a lot of trouble if you overextend. So I'm going to go ahead and finish this quest here, get the rewards, and it'll unlock a couple of other side quests where I can go ahead and show off some more features of this character.
I know you have a million questions, but I don't have time.
It's the lead.
I want to hear the moment.
This McCain is still alive. I need to find him.
So I'll do one more side quest with the Trickster, and then I'm going to stop the video there, because then I'm going to switch over to the other classes and kind of show off what they can do too, because they're all at the same level now. So yeah, you can find a random party with randoms on the internet, or you can party up with your friends. And then here's the little stash area that I told you about, where you can share things between all the characters on your account, but unfortunately it's not available in the demo.
looking at the epicenter of the explosion. This is where the collapse started. I doubt McCain survived this.
I don't need your doubts. I need him alive.
So the funny thing about your main character is not only are you fully voiced, which is awesome because I hate silent protagonists in games like this, but another thing is that he's actually really funny. Obviously, you can choose to be a male or female, but all of the voice lines that they have for your main character, like he's definitely like a rough and tumble, take no prisoners, don't put up with no crap type of character. But there's so many moments in the game already, even just in this demo, where he's like really silly or sarcastic, and it's actually kind of funny. Alright, let's go ahead and go zippity doo dah day and slice. So every class has a class-oriented melee attack too. Like if I was out of bullets and all my abilities were on cooldown, I could still at least do something like that. So that's a standing melee, and then you can also do a sprinting melee, like that. Sorry, my kitty cat's trying to chew on my wires right now. Alright. Oops, did not mean to do that. Fat fingered. Happens to the best of us. I'm just trying to make sure I grabbed everything that I need to. Like, I missed that resource. Good thing I went back. And then, usually in missions, there's also, like, lore pieces and stuff that you can collect. And you get rewards for finishing the collection of certain lore pieces and stuff like that. Ninja slice! Oh, love it. Love it, love it, love it. Alright. So you can see the bullets right there. I can dodge them because they're slow. Oop. If you get hit by the snipers in this game, they knock you out of cover. So that guy right there with the skull above him, that's a captain. Captain is an elite type enemy that has anomaly powers, just like you do, where they can basically do some of the same things to us as we do to the enemies that try and fight us. Woo! Good thing I slowed him, because otherwise he would have hit me with that ground slam. Would have knocked me on my butt. There we go. So that captain's gone. As you can see, I've generated some shield every time I get a kill, which honestly is probably one of the only reasons why I'm still alive right now. So here's another cool feature of the game. Say you don't want to run around the entire battlefield looking for pickups. All I have to do is hit the H button, auto loot. Everything that dropped that's loot immediately gets sucked into your character inventory. I love it. It's such great quality of life features, and I wish that every game had something like that. Alright, let's see what we got real quick. Nice, got another blue. It's a light machine gun. Interesting. Definitely a little stronger. Clip combustion. Well, the mod's not as cool, but it does do a little bit more damage. I don't know. We'll see. I think I'm going to keep the burning bullets for right now. Alright, we definitely got some stronger armor. Like it. And yes, as you can see there, the pistols are all dual wields if it's a semi-auto pistol. The revolvers are not, but every single time you get a semi-auto, you get to dual wield them. And I know I haven't showed them off, but this is what it looks like. It's really cool, actually. Sometimes, depending on the type of pistol you get too, they can actually be really strong, and you can actually use it as a primary. And people like the Trickster, this class here, and the Devastator for sure could definitely make use of some really nice pistols. There's the semi-autos like this. There's the regular like revolvers that are slower but do bigger hits per damage. And then they also have full auto pistols like automatic Glocks and stuff like that, which is really cool. So. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and pick up my reward for that quest, and then I'm going to go ahead and kill the video so I can show off the other character classes too. So, in this game, you can actually repeat side quests infinitely over and over. Over here was a side quest that I completed earlier on in the prologue. But I can go right back to it, and I can run it over and over again, and that gives you experience, and it also gives you a chance for more drops, because you can reopen all the chests that were in that mission, and so you can use that to grind your levels up to increase your world tier, increase your character level, and then also get more and more equipment to drop for you. Obviously, at a certain point, doing certain side quests over and over is not beneficial anymore, because just the rewards that it drops won't be nearly as good as progressing the story and getting tougher side missions. But it's a good way to get some levels if you're kind of stuck in an area or you keep dying in a certain world tier.
So Jakob, what do you think the signal is?
Beats me. Just
I
don't
want to
think
hear the
hopeful.
moment or search for
Your lieutenant's dead.
So a lot of time, story quests and side quests end in a choice. It gives you 3 different options of gear to take. As you can see here, these are all rare, blue rarity pieces of armor, and that means they include mods, and so you can kind of read what the mod does and see how it'll affect an ability that you have currently equipped. The mods that they drop with are typically affected by what abilities you're currently using, so that way you won't get a mod on a dropped piece of equipment for an ability that you don't even have access to or you're not even using. So like this one will make my little ninja slice a little bit stronger in terms of it gives me more shield per kill. This one allows me to do more damage to the people that I teleport to, and then this one increases the range of that slow bullet time sphere, which is actually all really cool choices. And so the neat thing is that you can also turn on a comparison to your currently equipped gear, so you can see what the differences are. So this is actually tough because all of them sound really, really good. But I think I'm gonna go with the Vagrant's Hood here, because that extra shield on the Ninja Slice kills will definitely come in handy. Oh, look at that! I just unlocked another ability. So in the demo, you can unlock up to 4 out of the 8 abilities for your class. And so that one just said Twisted Rounds. Let's see what that does. So twisted rounds. Fill your current weapons magazine with anomaly infused bullets that increase your firepower by 83. This skill lasts until you reload or switch weapons. Nice. So it's basically like stopping power in Call of Duty. It just makes your weapon bullets do more damage, which is actually pretty awesome. I'm not sure how or what I might do with it in terms of my current skill loadout, but that's the beauty of this game, is that, you know, you're free to experiment and explore. Speaking of experimenting and exploring, before I kill the video here, let me show you the class tree. Whoa! So every class has 3 different branches that you can go down that have a name, and they're usually typically oriented towards a certain thing. So usually the top tree for classes focuses on like weapon damage and synergizing with certain types of weapons and abilities. Your middle tree is usually more of like a tank playstyle. Usually focuses on survivability and increased health. Yeah, and obviously affects certain other skills as well too. So you have minor nodes, which are just small buffs, and then you have major nodes, which are fairly large buffs. And then usually the bottom tree is usually focused on your ability damage and ability usage and reducing your ability cooldowns and such. So you are free to take any path that you want on this branching tree. You can max out one tree and be really good at that, or you can kind of spread it around evenly and kind of be a jack of all trades, etc., etc. And so the cool thing is that you can reset your tree. As you can see, I'm circling down here. You can reset it at any time, completely for free, as many times as you want. So that way you're free to experiment and explore and see what works best for you. Anyways, so that was a small demonstration of the Trickster. I'm going to go ahead and switch over and show you some of the other classes now.